Yeah, well, I think the phrase "impossible is nothing" is very good and very true to a lot of people, many people in the world. In my case, it's about in '98 when I got the red card, and I had to overcome all the adversity that was sort of thrown at me and thrown at me on the football pitch and also in my life. And I tell the stories of certain things that happened at that time to my family, to me. That's off the pitch. On the pitch, that was the only place where I sort of escaped and was happy and felt safe. But off the pitch, it was a very tough time for me, and that's where my pictures and my story comes from. Because it was a very tough time after '98, after being sent off, and I went through certain things that many people say people shouldn't have to go through in life, and I went through that, and my story is that I've come out of that, and I'm a better person and a better footballer from that, and stronger. So that's my story. I never felt and I never believed that I would walk away from Manchester United in England, because Manchester United, I had the support of Sir Alex Ferguson, I had the support of the fans and my teammates. So I never believed that I would leave Manchester United. Whether I was forced to leave Manchester United, not by people in Manchester, but by other people around the country, that every time I was turning up at a restaurant, every time I was turning up at a football match, I was getting absolutely caned, for a better word, and that was tough. That was tough. But I always believed that I could get through it. Always. I always believed that I had the strength to get through it, and so did my family. So to have that support was important. Just people kept on telling me to be strong, be patient, be strong, play. Sir Alex Ferguson told me to enjoy my football. He was one of the first people to phone me after the match in '98, and he turned around to me and he said, "Come back to Manchester. Be here, enjoy your football. You'll be here with people that will protect you, and you'll be here and you'll enjoy it." And that season we won the European Cup and we won the treble. So he was right, and I had to stay strong, and staying strong was probably the best advice that I got given. I think at the time in '98, I think what was hard with biting my lip and not being able, but not wanting to sort of put myself out there and put myself into a situation. I think the only thing I wanted to say was the fact that my family was getting hassled. My nan and granddad were at the time 75 years old, and they're my biggest fans, along with my mum and dad. But even my nan and granddad had people knocking on their flats and hassling them and saying things to them. And this is my nan and granddad. They're 75, 80, 82 now, and at that point it was hard to bite my tongue, because when it affected my nan and granddad and my mum and dad and my sisters, then that's what I would have liked to have said. Well, my last drawing was the world, of course, and there's me in the middle doing the celebration that I done against Greece. Above it is belief, because it's one of the words that got me through the hard time in '98, and something that I also believe in, because if you have belief, then you can go a long way. And the words underneath it's a round world. It's a saying that me and my friend and Victoria uses, actually, because in '98, just before the World Cup, I was on top of the world, going to the World Cup with England, playing for my country. And then after the World Cup, I went all the way under, and didn't see any way of getting back up. But slowly I worked hard and got myself back on top of the world by being England captain and scoring the goal against Greece. One of the best things about being a professional footballer is actually, the kids that you see that actually look up to you, because you see a kid walking down the street in your shirt, or you see a kid in the shop buying your football boots, and things like turning around and saying, I want Beckham's boots, or I want David Beckham Real Madrid shirt, or a Beckham England shirt. Something like that is one of the best things.